not only what do you think the future will bring, what do you wish it should bring, or what all of us should be doing in UX. So this is a little bit of a creative exercise, I suppose. So, and we didn't rehearse this. So anybody have a prediction on the future?
Yeah, I think that to piggyback on that is helping users out in little ways. And to me, because I have this big AI background, I think of it as AI assist. But no one will recognize it as that, right? It's just you're helping out the user in lots of little ways. And it doesn't have to be machine learning, right? It can be very simple rules. But I always think of like Photoshop and the healing brush, where you can just lasso something and say, make it go away. And it's amazing, right? And so the more your tools can kind of, or you can do that for users, is just these little helpful things, like someone just sitting on your shoulder, just helping you out, right? And making things a little easier, or just giving you superpowers, right? So something in our tools is, we're looking at software, trying to analyze it, and I brought in this idea of checkers. Let's write these little tiny checkers, these little heuristics that just look at the data and just go, hey, this very narrow thing, I noticed this problem, and in programming it's called code smells. It smells like something might be a problem here. Why don't you look at it? And hopefully you don't have too many false positives. But these little tiny assists, because I can't keep 100 things in my head at once. And so either these superpowers of like removing things from pictures, or just noticing little things that might be problems. These AI assists, we'll see more and more, and that's going to happen way before we have, and you see it in cars, right? The car just automatically turns on the brakes on individual tires, which you could never do as a human, in order to keep your car from spinning out of control. And there's just hundreds and hundreds of these things built into cars now. We'll just see them all over the place. But if you're working on a tool or something, you've got to build them. You've got to put them in, and they can be tricky to get right? You don't want to have false positives. You don't want to annoy the user. Like, hey, it looks like you're writing a letter to someone. Like the old, what was that, Microsoft Bob or the Clippy, right? People weren't ready for that, but they're starting to come around to these AI assists. So really that seems like the future. Before humans are replaced by AIs, they'll just kind of help us out more.